I write for a status? That I have no life here in Muncie?
Erica!
That my boss is yelling for me to sneak more of his friends into that black tie event?
I lost my roomie. Anyone need a place in Brooklyn? View of Manhattan.
NYC is so fun. Glad I left Muncie. Me and the guys outside Patsy's.
Bill, Cousin D needs a roomie. Bill is in New York. Why am I here? I left Muncie right away. I didn't want my fam to convince me to stay, and I was in Brooklyn 24 hours later.
Is that all your stuff? That's good, because there is no closet. And I need the rent today. Just because you're a cousin doesn't mean you can be late on rent.
Okay. Can you show me the view of Manhattan?
I gotta go to work. Ugh. Turn your head a little more. That's it. You see the line?
Uh-huh.
That's the antenna at the top of the Empire State Building. Okay? Happy? Later.
I laid there for quite some time, wondering what I had gotten myself into. I'll get a job. Then I'll call Billy. Then it'll be fine. Day 1. Weird clock. Oh my God, who's he? I spent all weekend checking want ads, making appointments with agencies, with D's guys looking over my shoulder. And then weekdays came and I found myself stumbling over a different hungover guy every morning. Sometimes they almost made me late. I mentioned it to D, but nothing happened. There were so many guys, I wondered if she was doing a bit of prostitution on the side. But the guys didn't seem to have any money. Things started looking up, though. One ad called for schmoozability. That means getting people into events. Easy. Sure, I can start tomorrow. Day 11. First day at my new job.
Erica!
New girl!
New York is way better than Muncie. The only thing that gets me through is knowing I will call Bill tonight. That night.
Billy, let me get him for you.
Hey, Billy, it's Erica from back home. Was that your roomie? He sounds like a nice guy.
Oh, no. That was my boyfriend. You won't tell anyone back home, will you?
I cried on the couch till Dee came home. Mick. Yes. Why not? Day 13. Saturday. I think it's time for a hookup. Can I go to the club with you tonight?
Just don't wear pink.
I studied my target demographic and went to St. Mark's to buy something the Runaways wore. To whoever they were.
I said no pink, not no shirt. Got it on St. Mark's? Forget it, cherry bombs. Let's go in.
I bet Mick's an hour late.
He already is. Let's make a set list.
Set list already, Alan? You see it. Don't know that song? No. No.
How many songs did he cut?
All of them.
Later.
See it, Tim? Fresh meat?
Yeah, dude.
Around 1,000,000 o'clock.
Hey, Mick, you sounded great.
Thanks. And who is this refugee from the runaway?
Can I buy you a
Tim,
drink?
buy me a drink.
How did you like my singing?
I've never heard anything like it, honestly. A few minutes later at the bar.
Ladies' room, now. What are you doing?
Hooking up like you do. You don't really like Mick, do you? He's a jerk.
How do you know?
If he wasn't, he'd be with you.
Right. Ugh, I can't be with Tim.
Too nice for you?
No, he doesn't drink. Just forget it.
As soon as we got back to the bar, the conversation was forgotten.
Say, sorry to interrupt. Any idea when we'll get paid?
Eventually. Have a drink. Don't worry about it.
Well, they stopped train service to my place soon.
As you were saying,
Tim, grab my pay. Gotta get going. The gig tomorrow.
Don't worry about it. Have a drink. I'll drive us home. Did I tell you we're closing on the studio Monday?
Really?
I had a drink. It became several. Without a train home, I found myself in the band van on the way to Dee's place.
here you go!
What are you doing?
Cleaning?
I didn't know Dee had any cleaning products.
Maybe if I do this, I'll get a view of Manhattan.
I don't think so. The schmutz is on the outside. See?
I'll never get a view of New York City.
Are you going back in there?
He was so awful to Dee. I wanted to show him how it felt. So I kicked him out. But he wouldn't leave. Now he's in there, hiding.
Grab your gear. We're out of here.
Don't go!
What's going on?
It's Rosemary's baby in there.
Oh, please.
That's a lot of candles.
Do you play sex goddess with everyone?
I have a right to know what's going on.
Are you serious? Nothing's going on.
No, it's just a game she plays.
Sex slave is a game. That was not.
You're all acting like a bunch of kids. Grow up.
Is that what you and Mick are? Grown up?
That's right. Worldly. Erica, you better grow up too if you want to be a part of this city.
Worldly?
Ha! You're a pair of sick fucks who confuse notches on your bedpost with IQ points.
Man, no.
If they were, you'd be a chimp.
More like a fucking dog. I don't work with dogs. You're fired.
Don't listen to him, man. He doesn't know what he's talking about. Besides, you won't find a bass player in time for tomorrow's big gig.
Yeah, I don't need a drummer telling me what to do either. You're gone, Tim.
And Muncie, if you had minded your own fucking business and didn't go fucking around, this wouldn't have happened.
All I can think is, Alan, man, if you could have kept your mouth shut for one more day, we could have closed on the studio.
Oh, you're so tense. We could go back to my room and I'll give you a back rub.
Oh, man, you gotta be kidding me.
That's crazy, Dee. See? Waking up in the morning to a different man's puke on the toilet seat is not normal.
Hey, I clean that up.
After I leave, you know what? Leaving is a great idea. I'll be gone by the end of the month.
Erica, don't leave town. You could stay with us.
Oh my
God! You fucking kidding me, man? You don't even know her. You lost the studio last night. You know, I've been putting up with shit from pricks like Mick for 20 years, and I'm not doing it anymore. I'm not letting your knight in shining bullshit keep us from buying our studio.
We stood in the soaking, blackened wreckage in Dee's room.
I used to have a beautiful view, but then they built that bank.
Tim, how much is your space?
After all we've been through tonight, you go with them?
You caused what we've been through.
Well, me and Alan are pretty cool, man. Nothing crazy. Only 600 rent, 600 security.
Making 1,200. They're just trying to save their own asses and that fucking studio. If you can't handle your own cousin, how will you handle them?
Well, it's far from the city. That's why I didn't go back tonight.
Quiet, Alan.
You're right. I'm not worldly or artistic. I don't know why I'm in New York City. Don't worry. I'll be gone by the end of the month.
That made life better for everybody. What the hell were you thinking?
You just lost your roomie, set fire to your room. You don't think you have a problem?
I will tell you. Well, you remember Casino ATM, right? Me and Jimmy Traffy? We had a thing. Everyone down at the Angel Mouth was jealous. I thought it would last forever. Then my mom died, and I had to go home and deal for a few weeks. When I came back, Jimmy's stuff was gone from my place, and he had found a new, young thing. My love and my band were all gone in one day, and I didn't want it to happen again. That's why I started practicing sex magic rituals, to find the perfect band for me. 1 man a night from the new moon to the full. And look at the clock. The full moon just finished now.
So I ruined it?
Just think. All that meaningless sex for nothing. I hope you realize what this experiment cost us all. Love, family, maybe our credibility if there is any. And definitely a roommate can actually pay rent and live with people like us. There must be some way to keep her here.
It was quiet for a long time after Dee's sad story.
New York! Prove too much for the girl.
Too much for the girl.
So she's leaving the life she's come to know.
Uh-huh.
She said she's going back to find what's left of her world.
Left of her world.
The world she left behind not so long ago.
Ooh.
She's leaving
Leaving.
on the midnight train to Muncie. Woo, woo. I'd rather live in her world as long as it's the same as mine.
Her world.
Hey, that must have been a lot for you to deal with. Your first time in New York, I can explain.
It's okay. The walls are like cardboard. I heard everything. You're the most driven, talented, intense, proud, demeaned, and desperate people I've ever met. I'm proud to know you, and I'm not going anywhere. Let's steal that gig back from that jackass.
We can't do that. It'd ruin our reputation.
If Mick shows up at all, he's not going to find anyone.
Give me their number. Let me make some calls. I'll get your gig back.
It's a lot of money. If you think you can do it, man.
I was so engrossed in worst-case scenarios, I hardly noticed when they left. It felt like my plan went too smoothly. Too many of my voicemails went unreturned. Too many people said, yeah, okay. I didn't need any of the pat answers I had spent all morning working out. No one asked any questions.
Fuck, man! This is my fucking gig. I got it.
Are you fucking kidding me? I got this fucking gig. I played all your shit songs for years, and for what?
I'm gonna talk.
Oh, you're not gonna talk to the girl.
Portia, if the bride sees you fighting, she'll dump you all. Cut the shit, or you're gonna lose this gig. And so they played. Fierce, tight, and angry. But more musicians meant less money per man. I ended up making up the difference with my escape money.
We'll pay you back.
Thank you so much. Now we can close on a recording studio tomorrow.
Yeah, thanks for the new drapes.
I figure my plan didn't really work. And they say the New York experience costs, right? You guys! Diane from the Electric Canal just saw you at the wedding. She's got an emergency cancel and wants to book you. What are you going to call yourselves?
Something future. Next.
Something mystical like Cult Coven.
How about fast? Turbo.
Call them the next Turbo Cult! 1 month later. And so I guess the spell worked. Dee played out with Alan and Tim.
Guys, have you seen our Facebook page?
Where are the van keys?
Hey, we look good.
We all lived happily. Till one of us decided she wanted something else.
1,000 miles away. Well, I believe in doing what's right.